Well, thanks for having me, Paul. It's good to be back.
Yeah, always great to have you on, especially this time of year as we're veering towards the World Darts Championship and you're going to be involved for your second consecutive year. First of all, congratulations, and I suppose you're just very keen and eager to get back over to the Ali Pali.
Flying over next week. Flying over next Wednesday for 2 days. Just go over and, just relax the body for Wednesday, all day Wednesday. Maybe go for an hour practice on the Thursday, and just prepare myself then Friday morning for Ali Pali then.
Yeah, I suppose there's one kind of difference maybe between this year and last year is last year you probably knew kind of well in advance that you had done enough to qualify via just your ranking position last year. This year you were just outside that kind of top 64 for a large part of the year. You need to be inside that to get the guaranteed qualifying position. So then you had to worry about going to the last gasp qualifier, which was just at the end of November there. Only 4 spots up for grabs, 50-odd professional darts players going for those 4 spots. You ended up being one of the 4 to come out, a 7-5 victory over Dutchman Martin Dragt in that last qualifying game. That must have been huge pressure going over, because you not only had the pressure of trying to qualify for the Worlds, but your tour card was kind of up in the air. You were kind of right on that balance of trying to get into that top 64 to retain your tour card. So a lot of pressure on your shoulders going over, but must have been delighted to come out on the other end of it.
Thinking about it here now, back to the day before flying over, I wasn't really thinking about it too much. You know what I mean? It was just like another normal day that I was just flying over to England, just by myself. Going over to, we'll say, sightsee. And I was just in the hotel room and just watching a bit of TV, going to the restaurant for a bit of food, and then the morning of it, then woke up, had me shower, got dressed, went to the venue, signed a few autographs on the way in, and then just got in and sat down, went up, had a throw. I wasn't really thinking about what was on the line or what I had to do. I was just going in to throw darts. I was going to stay throwing darts until someone told me to stop. I was zoned out of what I had to do, but I was concentrated when I was playing. If you get me, wasn't thinking about anything. I was just thinking about throwing my own darts. And to go in a qualifier in the first game and average 100, again, Jits van der Waal.
Yeah.
The last time I played him, I lost to him 6-5, and I should have won when I was 5-3 up.
Yeah.
Then played for Barry Van Peer and averaged 100. And then when I was going in to play Martin Dragt, I went after I bet Barry Van Peer 6-0. I went back to the table, and Nathan Rafferty, Steve Lennon, and Jamie Hughes were sitting at the table with us. I just came back and sat down, and I just puffed out my cheeks, as if to say, wow, that's 200 averages in a row, And Jamie Hughes, I'll take any advice I can get from all these professionals, they're there longer than me, I'm the new kid on the block, we'll say.
Yeah.
And he just said to me, he said, Dylan, just get up on that practice board. Don't be sitting around waiting for your next game. Get up and keep your arm going. Because if he didn't say that to me, I would have sat down until my next game, And
Yeah.
I mightn't have played as well as I did. Well, we won't say I played well, but I'd done enough to get over the line, But I said it to myself. I said only for Jamie, I probably wouldn't be in the Worlds, And me and him were fighting for that last spot, really, for the tour cards.
Yeah.
It was kind of nick and tuck there for the most of the year. Me being 65, him being 65. So it's just nice to know that you have these people in your corner, backing you all the way to get to the Worlds, in the qualifying.
100%, especially over in an environment like that, especially on your own and things like that. It's always helpful to have people like that. But you're mentioning the tour card there, and when you first won your tour card at the start of 2023, you had 2 years on the tour. You didn't really have to worry about it, about staying in the top 64 to keep the tour card. But going into that last qualifier, you knew you had to get one of those 4 qualifying places to get your prize money into the top 64 to retain the tour card. Otherwise, you're going to have to go through Q School again, which is very difficult. 500 odd players, only an X amount of places up for grabs. So that was a huge thing as well, and a huge weight off the shoulders, I'd imagine, when that final double went in and you beat Martin Dragd and qualified for the Worlds, but also retained the tour card.
Yeah, no. Going into that game, I was calm. I'd no nerves. The Worlds and my tour card were in the back of my mind, as we'll say. I was just going in to throw darts and beat him, but when I went, I think I went 2 or 3-0 up, and I was like, all right, here we go, you're playing well, But then when he started coming back into it, and I started getting up to 5-3 or something like that, and then I started thinking about it. I was like, okay, you're 2 legs away, just all you need is 2 good legs. Then I checked out, I think he missed start at a double to bring it to 5 all, and I checked out a 1-2-6, I think, to go 6-4 because he missed to go 5 all.
Yeah.
And checked that out and just got me there, came back, stood back behind the hockey, and I just said, right, all you need is just 1 treble every visit all the way down until you need to hit a single to double to win, And then I think he threw first, and he threw a good score, or no, he threw a 59 or something like that, and I threw a 59, and he threw again, and then I threw again, and it was a 56 or 58. But it took me 9 darts to hit me first treble of that last leg before I bet him 7-5, we'll say. After the game, then when I had that 111, and I just took a breath before I walked up to the hockey, and I just said, right, all you need is 1 treble to get a shot at a double. Do not hit a treble, we'll say.
Yeah.
So when I threw my first dart, it went under the treble 20, and the way my darts land, they land up. So I couldn't guess. Even if I needed a treble, I wasn't going to hit the treble 20, but I knew I needed treble 17, so I just went treble 17, moved over a small bit and just threw and hit right in the middle of the bed. You couldn't have got any centre, and it was just, I don't know. I can't even remember what I felt like. It was just relief, we'll say. I was on a buzz then all the way home, but just to get over the line and keep the tour card and be on the tour for another year, it's a great achievement, not many people can say they came onto the tour, done the 2 years and stayed on, Oh,
100%, yeah, it's massive.
So to do that it's just an achievement in itself.
Yeah, definitely, and especially you're only 22, I think, at the minute. So it's very young to be even doing that. But if we looked forward to the Worlds now, as we mentioned, last year was your first year there. Everything was new. Obviously, so much excitement going over to Alexandra Palace. Massive game, live on TV, 3,000 odd people there as well. That obviously, and I remember you speaking about it last year, that on that day you were nervous and you ended up going on to enjoy parts of the game, but still going over this year now, is there anything that it's probably different in your head going over this year now because you've been there before and you've experienced it already and you probably know what's to come, but is there much you're going to change or anything you've learned maybe from last year that you can take into this year?
No, last year all I'll say is probably the week previous leading up to it, when you're playing and all that, but a few days, even going to the airport, the nerves start kicking in, and even before, even just packing the bag, we'll say, or even having a practice, you're just thinking about it. But no, this year it's not. I'm not that nervous, even thinking about it, it's okay, you've been there, you were there last year, you have experience. Look, Willie has, I don't know how many years Willie's been at it. I think he's been there 10, 11 years, I think,
Yeah.
So I'll just do what I do, just get on the flight, go over, get to the hotel, go down, go for a bit of grub, get an early night the night previous, wake up, like, I remember last year, I woke up the morning of the day, like, we'll say.
Yeah.
And, like, I felt sick. Like, I've never felt this sick before, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, no, I presume, I hope this year now I won't be as nervous. Like, you know, hopefully being there last year is as good enough as experience as being there 5-6 years, you know. So no, I don't think I'll change much really. Like, I just go in and play my game and hopefully get over the line. Like, you know, the last few practice sessions now I've been doing fairly well. But like, as anyone would say to anyone, like, it's all about the day. Like, you can do 10, 24 hours practice the day before, and you could go in and play bad. Like, it just all depends on the day.
Yeah.
And that's that.
It's that's what people love and hate, I suppose, about darts, is you never really know what you're going to get. But like, with one thing you might have to change, well, I don't know if you're going to change this, but last year I know you practiced with Willie O'Connor before heading over to the Worlds, and this year you've been drawn against Willie O'Connor in the first round. Of course, Willie from Cappamore, County Limerick. So someone you know well, someone you've played in numerous times and practiced with in the past. What was your kind of overall reaction to the draw? And I suppose the second part of that question is, have you been practicing with Willie this year, or have you stayed away from each other?
Look, like, it's at the end of the day, like, you know, it's like Willie's there to do the same job as I'm there. You know, we're both there to win, like. But like, it is a bit hard, two Irish lads getting drawn in the first round, you know, especially knowing Willie so well. Like, ever since I've come on the tour, he's been an absolute gent. He's been a wonderful mentor. You know, like, he gives me a load of advice. Throughout this year, even, he gave me a load of advice. And after the game against Martin Drax, me, Nathan Rafferty and Steve Lennon, we were sitting in a restaurant in the airport, and Steve was like, "Oh, what time is it?" And I was like, "Oh, it's like about 25 past 4 it was." And he goes, "Oh, the draw will be up, like, it'll be on. We'll watch it." And I said, "Yeah, sure, throw it on." So we got into it, but I think there were like 6 or 7 seats gone. So we were like, "Oh, you were probably called out. Like, you might have been called out there at the first one, you know."
Yeah.
But we said we'll stay watching it, like, to see if there was any good games. So then the Dimitri was the seed. He got called out, and Willie O'Connor got called out, and Steve just started kicking me, saying like, "Oh, this could be you, this could be you." And then to see the number 64 come out, and I was just like, "Yeah, that's me." You know, like, it's hard, like, but as everyone knows, like, me and Willie have been practicing up last year up until the Worlds. Now, I don't think we'll do it this year, you know, but like, we're both going up to do one job, and that's to win, like, you know, and that's to go as far in the tournament as you possibly can. But like, at the end of the day, we're whatever happens, whoever gets through, like, we're always going to be the best of friends, like. But hopefully now I play to my very best now, because like, you have to play to your very best against these lads, especially Willie, like. And
do you think you'll be maybe more comfortable on stage, the fact that it's Willie O'Connor, someone you know well, you've played, you know, thousands, well, not thousands, maybe hundreds of times against, you know him well, the fact that you know, if you kind of remove yourself from the big stage on TV and all that, you're just playing a fella you know well in a game of darts, does that make it maybe more comfortable for you when you are going to be on stage?
Yeah, like, that's what I've been saying to myself now the weeks leading up to it. Just go up and think you're playing him in a practice session there in Cappamore, like, you know, you're in his house and we're just practicing, like, it's me, him, and the dartboard. There's no one else around. Do you know what I mean? That's what I've been saying to myself to do. So yeah, hopefully now it's not as nerve-wracking knowing Willie and practicing with him so many times. Like, you know, I'll just go into it as if we're going in for a practice session. You know, like, I know we'll be on cameras, be on the stage and everything, and sure, you'll have however many fans behind you. I think it's 3,000 or 4,000 or something like that, singing along, like, you know. And I like engaging with the crowd, like, you know, because like, at the end of the day, you're a small darts fan yourself, like, you know, but you're just one of the lucky ones to be up there playing. But yeah, no, I hope now I play to my best. And look, I hope Willie plays to his best as well, and I hope it's a great game to watch even, like, you know. But hopefully I get over the line. But whatever happens, like, I don't think we're going to fall out, like, you know.
Well, it's Tipperary versus Limerick, and we all know in Tipperary we're probably starved of a few wins over Limerick in the last couple of years, so this could be a nice way for us to round off the year.
Yeah. Look, hopefully now that's the goal now, to give Limerick an old batter.
Well, we'll all very much look forward to it. Friday week, the December the 20th, the evening time session is when we'll all be tuned into that game. So Dylan, the very best of luck to you. We'll all be watching, and we'll all be cheering you on. So fair play and the very best of luck.
Perfect, Paul. Thanks a million.